If there was a dog, he wouldn't just be sitting here, he'd be lunging forward or barking or growling. And what happens is, because I'm doing this is doing nothing for him. This is not comforting him. This is showing him she is out of control. I am nervous, so now I better go and escalate because, well, what else is there to do to make your dog feel safe, right? So instead of pushing your dog towards that person with the dog, stand up for them, cross the road until your dog is able to trust you to handle the situation, because this is not handling the situation in a way that makes sense to your dog and makes them feel safe and advocated for. So let's break down for a minute what it might feel like for your dog to be in that street, on that sidewalk, where you tell them to sit and they just have to see that scary thing come closer and closer and closer to them. And they're not allowed to move away from it. Alright, so picture this. You're walking down the street and it's dark, like dusk. And a big guy, all dressed in black, looking dodgy, wearing a ski mask, is walking up to you. Now, how would you feel? If it was me, I would feel suspicious or anxious because my learned experiences say that could mean danger, right? I have previous experience and my common knowledge that big guys with ski masks on probably don't have the right intentions. So what do I start to do? I start looking for situations to avoid this guy. And I don't trust him. So those are my three main takeaways. So would I want to meet that person? No. What would I do? Avoidance. I would cross the street. I would not keep walking straight at this guy. I would be like, you know what, I'm going to cross the street and see what happens. If that guy starts to follow me, then we have a problem. But what do I want? I want to create distance because it makes me feel more safe. And if I would be with another person, I could either feel safer, for example, if it's my partner and I trust that my partner can take care of the situation if need be, or I'd feel less safe if I was the most courageous person there. For example, I'm walking down the street with a child. Like, then it's up to me to fix this situation, right? The whole load is on me, adding extra stress. So now, if the scary guy would start to follow me, approach me, start talking, shouting at me, then it's time to escalate the situation and we hit fight or flight. Yeah, everyone knows what fight or flight is. Now we're in that zone. So I can either choose to run away, I can choose to go on the offensive verbally. So I can say, go away, what the fuck do you want, leave me alone, in the hopes that it doesn't turn physical, because if it turns physical, I'll lose. Yeah. Or I can trust my partner to take charge here, because he's bigger and stronger than me, and I trust him to stand up for me. Yeah. Or someone from the public, or a cop or something, just someone that I know can take care of it. So those are my three options. Now, let's have a look at the dog's perspective. Your dog sees another dog approaching and doesn't trust him due to previous experiences or inherited anxiety or whatever, right? They cannot avoid the scary dog because they're stuck on a leash. They can't go anywhere. So now we have taken away flight from them. Then they have no trust in you to fix the situation because you have previously showed them that you will make them sit or make them just deal with the person coming closer and closer until it escalates, right? So you have showed them that you don't have their back in this situation. Or you also start freaking out on the leash. Yeah, so that's the other part as well. So what are the dog's options now? They can't fight because they're on a lead. They don't have backup because they've already known that you're not going to fix it. So offensive is the only option for your dog. So they will start become verbally offensive first, which is lunging, barking, growling, raising their hackles, showing all the dog body language out there, in the hopes that the other dog and owner back away before it has to get physical. And obviously physical will be a dog bite, right? Or a lunge like that makes contact. So how do we change this response then for your dog? We have to build trust in handler, right? If anything with reactivity, that's your most important one. We have to show them that we are good backup, that we do have their back, that they are safe with us and in charge, and that we're in charge of the situation. So we have to show them alternatives to confrontation. So avoidance, when you're building up trust, is totally a good management strategy to build up trust between your dog. Yeah, if you need to toss treats on the ground to distract your dog and give him something else to do while you sort it out, why not? Crossing the road, absolutely fantastic option, because it shows your dog that you take them seriously and that you're dealing with it. So once we have the trust, we can start working on desensitizing or even correcting excessive reactions from our dog. So as long as we don't work on advocating and having our dogs back in a way that makes sense to the dog, the reactivity will never improve. That's just what it is. And just as a personal example, my dog Lennox that you just saw in the video, and he's having the best snooze right now. Yeah. He was quite reactive. So I tried all the training things, and this was before I was a proper dog trainer, right? Because Lennox got me into dog training. And then I got to work at this doggy daycare with this really amazing trainer that does reactivity all the time. And we put a muzzle on Lennox. Lennox was on a leash, and we went into doggy daycare. So we did flood him a little bit. And initially, Lennox freaked out. But then what we did is we created this protective bubble around him. And every time a dog would approach us, we would shoo that dog away, basically, right? And we would show Lennox that I've got you. You don't have to do it. It's okay. And honestly, after that session, that one session, that jump started my reactivity training with him so much, because that's the first time that he realized, okay, mom knows what to do. So I'm okay to let her figure it out and I'll take the back seat, right? So to make it even more understandable is that if you look at your dog's trust in you as a bank account, I've got this from Tyler Muto, so I thought it was great. Look at it as a bank account. And at the moment, you're in the negative. You're $100 in the negative. So first, we need 100 repetitions of $1 that teach your dog trust until we hit 0. Now your dog is at the point of okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Now the next 100 repetitions will get you in the positive $100. So now we're 200 repetitions in, right? And now your dog is at the point of, hey, I trust you. We've done this 100 times. You had my back 100 times. Well, really 200 times, right? So now when the situation happens that we cannot cross the street, we can't toss treats, we can't do a body block, we can't do any of these things, I am going to trust you to fix this problem for me, right? Because we've built that trust of advocating. And that's when the gains are being made. So yes, management doesn't fix it, right? I don't suggest to you that that's all you do. Just keep tossing treats on the grounds and hope for the best, or keep avoiding dogs. Like that is definitely not what I'm trying to suggest here. But we do need management together with training. But as long as your dog knows they can't trust you to fix it, it's not going to improve. All right, I hope this video is helpful to you in understanding why you may be stuck in your reactivity training. If you liked it, I'd love to hear comments, subscribe, or like. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you have any suggestions of what you want a video on next, just drop them in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. All right, see you next time.